Why will I manufacture? The phone ring. When he was tired of calling, I now sent him a text. I said, I have nothing now. When I have, I will call you to come. Is your conscience still alive? A dead conscience does not regard your image. He can spoil your image. A dead conscience can do anything and go home with it. Whatever you care, that is your cup of tea. It does not mean anything to him or her. A dead conscience will say something to you that he knows that is not good. And at the receipt, he will write goose. How do they put it? Goose. Supplied in good condition. No refund of money. And you are aware that what you are giving to this person is bad. And the person bring it back and say, I don't know what I will do now. Check what is written in the receipt. In other words, no refund of money. Just like a man that sold a dead bulb to you. You are in need of bulb. He said, please, give me bulb. He said, no problem. He give you bulb. You went back to your house and put it. And the bulb is dead. You return back the bulb to the person. He asks you, before you on did you on the switch? He said, yeah. He said, you are the one that killed it. Did you on the switch? He said, the switch was on. He said, hey, you are the one that killed the bulb. You would have off the switch before you put the bulb. Or he said, no, I off the switch. You are the one, you would have kept the switch on before you put the bulb. It's your conscience, and you know that what you sow to this person is bad. Beloved, if the way churches is all over this Nigeria, that we have a lively conscience, we would have been better. But the truth and the worst thing is that we are in the house of God with a dead conscience. Somebody will say something is not sure of, and say it with every sense of conviction. And some people will swear, I mean what I'm telling you. If I didn't do it, let thunder fire me. That is coming out from a side of God's mouth. And at the end of it, you don't know what to say. Dead conscience. Any man who operates with a living conscience must operate in the spirit of honesty. Husband, where are you? I am true Mukalabo, and true, you are there. Wife, what are you doing? I'm at the market. You are not in your friend's place. How can we develop a clean conscience? How can we revive the dead conscience to make it alive? Because when your conscience is alive, you will be quickly pricked anytime you err. Your heart will touch you anytime you err. You will no longer be that free to celebrate evil. You will no longer be that free to celebrate a normal thing. Can I say this? Watch these sisters that wore ball shorts. The first day they put it on to come out of their house, they will package because they are not used to it. But when they get used to it, whatever you want to say, go ahead and say it. But that first day, if you take that, they will shake. Come on, go until they graduate. And that is what the devil is doing now. The devil is making people graduate one after the other. If you come to appearance, people are graduating to I don't care whatever I wear. That is where they are now. Somebody will put on a very short thing and wore a long shoe and is walking on the road. You want to correct somebody, say, hey, come on, correct yourself first. Why? I have graduated. My conscience is sealed. You're wearing what you're wearing and you cross your leg and pictures are snapping anyhow and nobody cares. Conscience dead. You know why we talk to people as if we're talking to children? Because virtually many people, their conscience is no longer alive. A young lady is having an affair with a married man. And you have the audacity to call the wife of the man and shout warning to her because your conscience is dead. And tomorrow you get married to your own. You buy 7 chains and tie him. Dead conscience. If you have a living conscience, so many things will grip you down. You are falling into this and something happened. You quickly run out of it immediately before it will spread because you are after your image. Image sake. A man whose image is dented is finished. As I preach to you, may your conscience come back again. Can I hear your amen sound a louder amen in the house? 1 Corinthians chapter 8 verse 12. Do you know in many homes, so many couples have killed their conscience? Your wife is passing through pains and the husband does not care. At times the man self is angry and the person that you call your wife does not even show concern. Conscience is sealed. 1 Corinthians chapter 8 verse 12. But when you sin, so against brethren and wounded their weak conscience, you sin against Christ. You sin against Christ. There is a way we do things that affect our brothers. That is why in the body of Christ, we ought to be one another's keeper to enable the grace of God flow together. Because there is one action that can weaken somebody who is trying to readjust. Just like somebody who's coming out from a hostile environment. And as you're coming out from a hostile environment, you think that the church is the best place to be, where you can relax and feel comfortable. And unfortunately, you came and met someone whose own wickedness is bigger than the way you're coming from. You are totally discouraged. Your friends outside there betrayed you. You said, okay, let me go to church where I can have a good friendship. You now came to church where you should have a good friend and see the worst betrayers. How will you feel? You have poisoned somebody's conscience. Many years ago, I was preaching to a young man who I was talking to him. You know what he told me? He said, Pastor, leave this thing. The man I serve made me hate Christianity. He said, I saw my master carry Bible as if the Bible is his life. But I served him for 7 years. When it was time for him to settle me, him and the wife connived and laid an allegation against me. And they sent me out without settlement. And from that day, if I see anybody carrying Bible, I see Satan incarnate. Do you see how that singular action has weakened the faith of that brother? And the Lord said, you have sinned against him, not even against that brother. I saw my master read Bible, gather us for morning prayers. But when it was time to settle me, after serving him for 7 years, he connived with the wife and laid a very heinous, allegation on me. And I was sent out of their house without any dime. I began life afresh. I started suffering again until where I am. So, pastor, I only love the way you preach, but I can't come to the church. Because if my master, whom I saw as next God, can do this to me, I don't think I can see any real person who can stand out. One thing that happens to a man that whose conscience is alive is he quickly realizes his mistake. If you hear, shout, I hear. He quickly realizes his mistake. And that is why a man or woman whose conscience is alive, there is one word that will not be far from you: sorry. There's a word I can use against you now. And when I realize that I'm wrong, I can boldly come to you and say, brother, please, I'm sorry. Okay, I'm sorry. Because what I said to you, I have thought over it, and I found out that I'm not supposed to use such word to you. But a man whose conscience is seared will tell you, if you want to keep me, say, I'm making king now. That one no concern. I don't talk him. That's why I told you, what was on Wednesday, I said, the best place that can make a child arrogant is pidgin English. It's full of arrogant. There's no love in that word. I don't talk. And if you want to make him die, that one no concern me. The good English is say, I've just said it, I don't know. Very soft and very mild. But this one rough. Even one that make him die now, waiting there. Man no die, man no rotten. What did they break my hair for? Eh? So if I not tell I'm sorry, he go die. Make him die now. He better pass away. My friend who died yesterday. When somebody's heart, conscience is still alive, he is quick to realize his mistake and always very willing to apologize. I'm sorry. Please, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. The husband can quickly go to the wife and say, honey, I'm sorry. If he didn't go with sorry, like men, it's natural to us. We will buy something. We will buy something. They say, take. In other words, that thing they buy is sorry. Some of you will say, my husband will tell me sorry. Not every man can tell you sorry. Man is man. We are king. We are king. We rule. Can buy something, can be suya or any crapper, anything. No, apple, honey, just take this. And that was person who frowned his face as he was going out in the morning. Coming back with a gift, he have realized himself. But someone who does not realize will come back home and refuse to eat even when you know you are wrong. Traditional man. Looking for chicken to eat. A woman whose conscience is dead, even though the man is dying, to do all she cares, go there. If she have children, she gather her children together. They begin to do prayer, waiting for you to die. If you have plot, let them sell it. But when the heart, you see them come close to you, sit by your side, or sit close to the bed, and call you by that sweet name. Honey, are you okay? You have been silent. You have been too quiet since 2 days now. Is everything okay? He may talk to you or he may not reply to you. Men are different. But when you have realized that something is hurting him, because your conscience is alive, you just come close to where he is. Or very far from him. Be very close to him. So, honey, since 2 days now you have been too quiet. Is it because of that thing that happened yesterday? I'm sorry now. I'm sorry. I was not just myself. Something happened. That is what. Such words, even a devil incarnate, may not answer you at that moment. But you discover in the next 30 minutes, he begins to brighten up. He begins to brighten up. Why have you sealed your conscience and have refused to repair it? You are doing something and something is going wrong and you stick to it. I can't change it. Whatever that will happen should happen. Beloved, that That is not the character of a child of God. The question is your conscience still alive? Acts of Apostles chapter 24 verse 16. Acts of Apostles chapter 24 verse 16. And herein do I exercise myself to have always a conscience void of offense towards God and man. Say this. If your conscience is only pure towards God, and where man is, your conscience is darkened, you have no balanced equation. I want to have a conscience void of offense towards God and towards man. I don't want a situation that God will mark me right and where I'm living is wrong. My relationship with people are soured. My family is not balanced. My neighbors are not in good terms with me. And I think I'm happy with God. I'm only deceiving myself. That is why one of the ways to clear your conscience, always learn how to identify where you are hurted. You know, some individuals said, I carry them for heart. No, that is not the true character of a believer. You don't seal it in your heart. You speak it out. Brother, there's something I may say now. I didn't know I hurt you. Or I hurted you. Right thing. Look for a more convenient time. Excuse me, sir. Yes, brother, how are you? Fine. I may greet you without knowing that I hurted you. Am I communicated to somebody here? Sir, it was just last week Wednesday. There's a way you say something. I felt bad about it. Oh, what is it? You now explain. Expect 2 reactions. How many? You are not following me. Expect how many? You may meet somebody whose conscience is alive. He may tell you, oh, I didn't mean it the way you took it. Sorry. Or it's okay. But you may meet somebody whose conscience is still alive, but ego. There's another thing that somebody need to kill. The spirit of, do you know whom I am? The spirit of ego. He knows that what you have done to you is wrong. So what do you want to do now? Expect such thing. What do you want to do? So that means the whole place should got fire. But later, he may still realize that he's wrong. But you may meet somebody whose conscience is totally dead. Expect something like this. Come and walk out of my face. Nonsense. Well, look at the door. Out! Immediately. I want to live a life void of offense towards God and towards man. I want my relationship with God to be cordial. I also want my relationship with people to be cordial. I want my conscience to be clean. That when I stand praying before God, nothing is affecting my prayers. I want to go to bed, sleep very well. Even though I'm owing you, I have a way I will approach you. You will know that I have you at heart. But there are individuals who it does not care. They does not care. Even though they owe you 1 million naira, you can go to hell. That one concerns you. But somebody can owe you 10,000 and call you on phone and say, sister, how are you? Please, that your money, I'm still having it in hand, but it has not actually come. You are relaxed. You are calm. While somebody is owing you millions of naira, I say, if you call this number again, I will tell you whom I am. Question is your conscience still alive? Evangelist Samuel.